We have already seen analysts, experts, and fighters give their predictions for the UFC 319 middleweight title main event between Dricus Du Plessis and Khamzat Chimaev. But this time, TUF 33 welterweight finalist Daniil Donchenko shared his take on how he sees the fight panning out. Well, the Ukrainian prospect is leaning towards the champion, citing a reason that many people have pointed out in the past. Daniil Donchenko is just a step away from getting hold of a UFC contract, as he'll take on Rodrigo Cezinando in the TUF 33 finals, taking place in the second fight of the upcoming UFC 319 PPV preliminary. Nevertheless, it appears that he's made his assessments about the main event fight, claiming that Dricus Du Plessis is likely to retain his belt against Khamzat Chimaev, which will be the South African star's biggest career victory. Firstly, the TUF 33 finalist mentioned Dricus Du Plessis' unorthodox style, which is as unique as it can be. Daniil Donchenko claims that finding someone to imitate the champion in training isn't as easy as some people would think. So Khamzat Chimaev might struggle to figure out Du Plessis during their fight. Also, the 24-year-old highlighted one of the most talked about issues with Boers, which is his gas tank. Khamzat Chimaev has gone all out on his conditioning ahead of his title fight. He even took renowned coach Sam Calavita to work on his cardio, which has some fans believing that he might be able to give Dricus Du Plessis a run for his money. However, Chimaev's past struggles with Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns have convinced Daniil Donchenko that the fight favors still knocks. I think, for my opinion, Du Plessis will win because he is so unorthodox fighter. It's really hard to find sparring partners like Dricus. He has this, power, really huge power, even when he's tired. He keeps going forward, Daniil Donchenko stated during the recent media day. I saw many times Chimaev have problems with cardio. With the fight with Kamaru and Gilbert Burns, of course, he's grow up. It will be a tough fight. But I think Du Plessis can win this fight, and he will win this fight. It's my opinion. Dricus Du Plessis has proven himself enough that his style works, so it's understandable that Daniil Donchenko envisions him winning the fight this weekend. On the other hand, a fellow middleweight fighter recently made a promise to Dricus Du Plessis if he happens to beat Khamzat Chimaev. During a recent interview with MMA GOAT contender Demetrius Johnson, middleweight fighter Michael Venom Page expressed his astonishment about the fact that Dricus Du Plessis made it so far in the UFC. It wasn't a knock on the South African star, but just that his style had the former Bellator star lost for words. Page hailed the middleweight champion, coming to terms with the fact that Du Plessis was indeed the personification of unorthodox of the highest level, and even promised to never dismiss him again as he's done in the past if he can beat Khamzat Chimaev this weekend. I just don't get why Du Plessis has achieved so much. Sometimes you can spar new guys in the gym. They don't have the experience, but they hit you because they do some crazy stuff, just do random stuff. And it lands because it's not a conventional punch or a conventional kick. That's what Du Plessis represents for me. But at the highest level, said Michael Venom Page, this will be the last time I bet against him. If he beats Khamzat, I'm never betting against him ever again. Well, it seems like Dricus Du Plessis has a lot of people backing him to win. But can he do it? It remains to be seen how things pan out for him and Khamzat Chimaev, but in the meantime, let us know your predictions for the main event of UFC 319 in the comments down below.